What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Scythe, and we are back again for some more Astroneer, the Final Frontier. Spaceman, go! How y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastic and wonderful. Hope this video makes your day even better. So, I got lots to update you all on. First of all, it's actually the middle of the night. I'm recording this at like 5 in the morning after staying up all day because I was just doing some crazy amounts of editing and stuff like that. But I wanted to get another video out. So, I don't know if I had this on camera since the last episode, but I did end up grabbing ourselves a big battery right here, and also ended up discovering drill head. Nice. I still don't know what any of these are, but hopefully we're gonna be able to see what some of them are today. But I did end up figuring out that if we put this solar panel here, not only is the power going to be distributed to all of the different stations, but the game also doesn't even require that much. If we start smelting stuff and taking the battery right here, this battery is going to end up draining power down to here. Like you can see, all of the stations are kind of shared together and draining resources from each other to kind of prioritize which one is actually like getting stuff properly set out, right? So we've got 2 copper right here. So now we can actually construct the fuel condenser. And then we also ended up getting some aluminum, which I think that's what this is right here. Yeah, we got some aluminum ore, which I'm going to construct right now, but I don't want to risk... I mean, I guess... Oh, we do have some extra aluminum. I guess we should risk it. Let's... I don't want to. What I was going to say is we should risk putting this aluminum, like both of them on here, and see whether or not it can actually go onto the storage unit. I'm going to try that out with some copper instead. And also, before we get started with all of the craziness that's going on, I would very much appreciate if you would hit that like button, folks. And thank you so much if you do. Okay, so we've got our aluminum that we need. There we go. We can finally make the vehicle station and hopefully be able to actually make some vehicles today, which would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? But I hope you're all enjoying the series, by the way, folks. I also ended up constructing quite a few things out there in the world, but we'll get to that once we actually get to that point. Let's make ourselves the vehicle bay, thank goodness. Now, the way that the fuel system is going to end up working right here is we're going to end up taking lots and lots of battery to condense fuel, and the fuel is going to end up becoming very, very useful for us later on, because we're going to use it to actually fuel up our spaceship, right? So the other thing that I really wanted to get was not a generator, not a habitat, although that is beautiful, and we should actually construct a habitat, most definitely, because as we finally are going to end up having a vehicle, we're going to want to take less and less trips back to home base here, and it would be great if we could get a habitat on a vehicle, go into the caves, and maybe set up a second base. So we could construct the rover, which the rover is going to be battery powered. It's going to end up taking the seat right here on the front side, and then something on the back. You can put storage units and stuff like that. The truck obviously is going to take more space. The shuttle... Okay, so the truck is definitely what we're going to want to try and go for as our goal today, but it's actually going to take 4 aluminum. I'm assuming it's going to have extra space, though, which would definitely be the most important thing. So we've got some extra copper right here. We also do need some aluminum to get our hands on this, what do you call it? The trading station right there. So we got copper right here, and we've got 1 extra aluminum. Let me actually put this copper on the station right here and throw the aluminum up over here. While the vehicle is definitely going to end up being more useful for us in the long run, I really want to get our hands on the trade platform so we can see what that is about. And this is just kind of here just to see whether or not we end up getting any more things that we can actually go and trade for, right? Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, we don't even have a 3D printer. We don't even have a 3D printer. Rip me, I totally thought that we already did. That was the only reason I wasn't bothering constructing one for such a long time. No, we do have one. It's right over there. Okay, never mind me. I'm crazy today. Like I said, it was the middle of it's the middle of the morning, I guess I should say. And yeah, malachite, so we can get ourselves some copper ore. Definitely want to grab that. Let's put the resin down. Let's smelt that, and then we'll work on, we'll start working on the vehicle today. We should be able to get enough resin, and also we conveniently have a nice platform down to, why does it say this is resin? There's no resin in sight. Like, seriously, game, what's wrong with you? But I constructed a pathway. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the pathway? Where did I throw that thing? Oh, goodness, I have to find it. Oh, there it is, right in my face. So yeah, we come over here from our base, and I ended up constructing this big pathway, which hopefully is gonna end up being enough space to bring a vehicle down. This part right here is probably gonna have to be a little bit bigger. Gotta be careful going down here. It's really steep, so we can end up killing ourselves on this. I did a couple times. But as you can see, I'm just trying to get everything kind of in order for when we do get our hands on a vehicle. So there's some extra copper over there, which we don't particularly need, though it would be beautiful. We did have some extra aluminum, rip me. And then here's that backpack from the other astronaut. What? So this is the backpack from that astronaut we found in the last episode, but his dynamite is back. All the resources seem to regenerate. That's really, really weird. Do we want to take advantage of that? Probably, but honestly speaking, I really don't know what that's about. In fact, everything regenerated. Okay, this is getting weird here. This is getting real weird. I might start leaving some of these down here just because it'll take me such a long time to get it all the way back up to home base, you know? Yeah, this is weird. Maybe there was like a hot fix or a mini patch or something like that that made all of these resources kind of regenerate, because otherwise some of the terrain seemed to have regenerated as well, unless I didn't end up destroying all these things, but I don't seem to recall them being down here. You know? I really don't. Ooh, I didn't even come down here with any more compound. Well, you know what? We got extra oxygen for a reason, right? And we gotta try and find ourselves... What is that over there? Is that something unique? Oh, jeez Louise, these things are scaring me, man. They're dropping all over the place. But we need some more... We need some more, aluminum, dude. That is the big resource we need. So I'm just gonna go a little further and let's see what we can see. Maybe we can find something actually worthwhile here. Ooh. Okay, so here's something unique that we haven't seen before. That might give us something special, but I also noticed there was something over here too. Yeah, look at that. So there's two very, very strange research nodes that we gotta find out what those are and kind of explore them. Here we go. Oh, that's fuel. We don't need fuel right now, game. I mean, I guess I may as well grab it because otherwise there's lots of stuff that I'm gonna be bringing back to our home base anyways. May as well just bring the fuel and probably go and get some compound. It's been a while since we ended up doing something like that and gathering some more normal, tedious resources, right? But I'm really excited to see what that drill bit is. Now that we actually have most of the stations, I'm assuming that the only other thing that it could be in is actually... Ooh, we're running low. The only other thing that we could end up finding the drills and all those extra bits in is the trading station, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try and I guess get these important research things back to the home base anyways. Not gonna bother with these side ones right now. I'll do that kind of after we finished, like after I finish recording this episode, just because of the amount of time that it's gonna end up taking. So I'll see y'all in a bit. You know what? While we're up here, we may as well research the first thing right here and then go and grab some compound so that we can put some more tethers down there at the least. Ooh, we got another blueprint. Nice. What are we gonna actually get? Because I'm sure it's Wench. How is that different than a crane? I'm sure that it's generating something new every time, right? Like that's probably how the game ends up kind of working. So yeah, I should definitely put a compound down there, just because then we could at least just do some researching, or compound, another habitat, I mean, with a research station. I think that would be definitely ideal and something that we would want to do. But I'm gonna have to go and grab us some compound. However, I wanted to see just because I did notice, and we still got that other thing, is the winch kind of a smaller version of... No, it isn't. Okay, so we still gotta try and construct these things, that's for sure. At least we've got tons of compound near our base. Like, seriously, I'm so happy that this planet ended up generating with as many resources as it did, because we've been going through this stuff like crazy. And the fact that we haven't had to, like, that's a pretty big deal, folks. The fact that we haven't had to explore very far from our base is actually a really big deal, you know, because otherwise normally we'd have to be going like way out there. Like I've seen a couple other people doing Let's Plays on this game that have had to go way out to actually get what they wanted done. What did we even need this compound for? I forget. Oh yeah, tethers, as well as a bunch of other side things. Well, anyways, we can construct ourselves a trade platform, so let's see what this thing ends up doing. Hopefully it's gonna construct some... Ooh. Oh my. Okay. So it legit trades. So we can trade compound, resin. Let's see what the what is it actually? Okay, so it's gonna take 2 in order to do that. Organics. Let's swap over to organics and see what this ends up crafting for us, because I'm very curious to see what we're gonna get as the actual like trade-off. You know what I mean? So let's just get ourselves a bit more organics here. Nope, I don't want to do that. Nope, there you go. This is, or is it gonna take 4? Oh yeah, we might have to fill up the entire thing rather than just a little bit. Yield 1. Yield 1 what? I guess we'll just go for it. What the? No! Where are you going? What? Did that thing just go to trade with other life forms? Well, okay. I guess we'll leave that to go and do its thing. It stole my ship, man. Whatever. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave that thing to its business. Hopefully you'll be able to see what it actually does whenever it gets back. But otherwise, I'm gonna grab this sucker right here. And then I'm gonna have to go and find some resin for when we go down into the depths, because we're gonna need it like crazy. Also, I wanna get, where is a beacon? Is desperate, like I really need a beacon so that I can start leaving them around. Sandstorm? No sandstorm, good. I need to start leaving these beacons around, because otherwise I'm starting to kind of lose track of a lot of the resources that we've got around us. Aha! But I did still remember where all of this resin was, thank goodness, because we're still gonna need like tons of this stuff. The reason I'm trying to gather so much of this is so that we have enough of it to actually set up another base. Like, I want to set up that habitat today. Unfortunately, doesn't look like we're getting ourselves our vehicle today, folks, but we will guaranteed get it in the next episode for sure, so don't worry about that. But as for today, yeah, sorry to say that it doesn't look like we're gonna end up getting in. I want to put our tethers up here so that we can put this resin down and then get ourselves 1 extra full stack, because we're definitely gonna end up needing that. And I'll probably just leave one of our batteries back at home base or something, or maybe, well, actually I'll leave our tethers. Not our tethers. I mean, I'll leave our oxygen, but otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna get some more of this resin here, and then I'll see you in the cave. Oh, would you look at that? We can actually put a resource on the back of this thing and carry it with the resources. That's so handy, and it oddly looks like we could actually go inside the pod despite the fact that we're carrying it. Like, what is that besides like podception? No, don't die. All right, here we go. I think this is a pretty good spot for it. What do you think? Yeah, let's set this up right here. And then let's give us a nice little save point and then start setting up a little bit of a base here. So let's take up a little resin here. And then most of all, we need a research station. That's pretty much all we're going to actually need down here, I think. Oh, we needed compound, rip me. You want to know a nice little trick that you can end up doing? So long as you have like tethers or some type of resource that's going to require using compound selected on your backpack, you can actually store an extra unit of said resource. So I ended up, like right now it might look like we only have one piece of compound, but I actually have another one on our backpack right now ready to create some more tethers. So I'm kind of cheating the system a little bit. And also I did not forget to bring us some organics because otherwise I remembered, oh wait a minute, we're gonna have to charge this freak. And you know, like with batteries, right? So like we need some type of renewable power source, so I'm gonna have to try and figure something out as far as in-caving resources go. But for right now, well, I guess there is just the power inside the cave. What am I thinking? But let's at least do this little station right here, and then I want to head out into the cave a little bit. While that thing is actually charging, let's see if we can set up a little bit of a tether line, also bring some of our stuff that needs to go and get researched, and then otherwise, I guess I should actually go and put some power on the sidelines here. But before we do that, I do want to leave this one to research. So let's actually research this and see whether or not is it gonna give us just a resource or is it just gonna actually give us something special. Yeah, it's gonna give us an actual blueprint. That's awesome. Okay, what are we gonna get from this one? Spaceship? Spaceship! Not our normal launcher ship, an actual full-on spaceship. That's insane. I don't even know what that is. So we got some more organics right here, thank goodness. Dynamite, which we don't need at all. And then copper, which will definitely end up coming in handy. So will the lithium as well. So I guess we should take this over to home. Well, you know what? We can leave. Oh, the backpack disappeared, I think. Oh, never mind. When we're equipping it, it's actually up there on our screen. That's kind of weird. Well, I'm going to kind of use this as a temporary storage. Hopefully, it's not going to end up deleting all the items. But otherwise, I'm going to get some power, which we just conveniently ended up leaving down here. And throw that onto the machine here. And we'll probably have enough time to do a little bit of researching and a little bit of caving. Before we end up calling it for today, everybody. Oh my goodness, we got so many things to research. This is insane, like seriously. But at the least, we're gonna be able to get some insane power generation in here. More lithium, which means we can put a battery down. That's okay, yeah, sure. Let's do this right here. Seems like it's only gonna take from one energy source at a time, rather than going through both of them at a time, which is... I mean, I guess that works, but it's too bad it didn't take from both of them just to go a little bit faster. Otherwise, let's see what this is. Probably just another resource. Coal. Coal? Okay. I didn't know that we could actually get that from these suckers. I thought we had to get that from other planets, so that's honestly a little bit surprising to me. Man alive, that's cool, though. I should grab this power while we're here, just because it'll make things a little bit faster. And also now we just ran out of power. No, 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 no. Stop stealing my resources. Stop it, game. Let me put this coal over here as well. Aluminum, that's what we need. We need all the aluminum we can get. So let's recharge that again and get this thing researched. And there was probably something else somewhere else, but I want to see what this is. More lithium, so we could get a battery or something, but that's okay. But at least we ended up getting a little bit of aluminum. Not enough to construct a full-on vehicle like I want, but it's enough, you know, that's okay. And we do have some extra compound, which is gonna be nice. Ooh, I see that thing over there. I see it. No, grab that thing. That's a very interesting looking box. That's a real interesting looking box. That sounds so stupid, doesn't it? But yeah, that's actually probably gonna be something good. Okay, let's destroy that dumb plant. I'll bring that to home base in a minute here. Actually, I'm gonna bring both of these to home base, and then we'll probably just research them, and then that's probably all the time we're gonna have for today. Alright, so let's just get it over with and do the exciting one first, because I don't care. And even though I keep trying to store all these resources, I should just put them on the sides, just because we don't really need to keep them on hand. What did we end up getting? filters. We really didn't have any filters yet. Okay, so what a filter is going to end up being, folks, I'm surprised that we didn't end up running into any of those just yet, but they're going to essentially be the same as a battery. Well, not a battery, the same as a power cell. Meaning that what a filter is going to do is once we run out of oxygen, these filters are just going to end up giving us some more oxygen. So it's kind of like just an extra supply on top of the overclocking tank. There's a little bit of copper, which that is still good for us, but not really something that we need that much. Anyways, I'm going to do a little bit of caving and exploration off camera before the next episode so that I can get things set up, and at the least guaranteed next episode we're going to construct the truck, and maybe if I end up finding enough aluminum we could end up constructing that spaceship, because I'm a little bit excited to see what that's going to be. Thanks so much for watching though, folks, very much appreciated, and hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.